for advisors today, especially given this drawdown in crypto since then, what do they need to be thinking about in their client interactions on a granular level?
Great question. First thing is, again, I always say there's three prongs of a client conversation that advisors should consider here. The first is, again, that AUA, it's all held away from you, right? Held away, not locked away, if you will. That the client wants to have that conversation and bring the advisor into that. So with that, now the client saying, hey, I want to bring this up to you. Again, you take some notes, right? Go into CRM, right? Client has this much crypto, and you just want to glean as much as possible. Again, how much, where, how long you've been doing it, all of these things. I will silo that out by saying the core four that I talk about: your risk tolerance, investor policy statement, financial plan, estate plan. Anytime a client for the first time mentions crypto, that they own it or they want to own it, take them right back to square one. Redo their risk tolerance, right? Mr. and Mrs. Client, you were a 4. Now you're talking about crypto. We need to readjust your risk score and go back and look at the investor policy statement when we said we were going to stay in this little box. And now you're introducing a new asset with all of these different features and nuance that comes in. So redoing the investor policy statement as well, which is perfect now, because in this environment, in that investor policy statement should have been something that said, hey, this stuff is volatile. We're going to meet once a month. I know we usually meet twice, 4 times a year. Crypto's volatile. We're going to meet once a month. If in the second prong of the conversation, where the advisor is broaching the conversation and saying, we want to allocate on your behalf, there should also be something that an investor policy statement says, we're going to rebalance more frequently, right? Because of the volatility, because of, what it shows when you rebalance more in a volatile asset and what that means for returns. Also, no wash sale rule in crypto. It's a good thing to remind folks now. So advisors may be taking action on the client's behalf. Again, that should all be an investor policy statement that is separate from anything else that you're doing with the client. So I think what this has done now is forced advisors to say, okay, if I was doing this, do I have the controls in place, which the SEC wants to see anyway? If I want to do it, man, how would I handle this drawdown right now, right? So in some client conversations where you haven't done anything for a client, you just want to bring it up, see how they're feeling. What are they thinking, right? Because this is a good way to see when this happens again, how you would handle it, because it's going to happen again, right? And then I think the last part of that client conversation is client said they own it. Advisor says, okay, I want to allocate on your behalf as well. Now client says, well, I want you to do it all, right? I want to consolidate it. I want to move it to you. Now imagine that, right? You were just trying to be the cool advisor who wanted to be crypto hip. And then the client says, okay, great. And I have this, and I'm staking here, and I have this account here, and I have a BlockFi credit card. And you're like, oh my God, right? Mm-hmm. So I think those 3 buckets are really important for advisors to see where they fit. And then the umbrella over all of that is, again, making sure that your ADV, Form CRS, all your proper documentation and practice management tools are there, because one of the things that is still lacking in the space is proper reporting. Hello, turnkey. Proper reporting and data inside of the existing platforms, so advisors can model, plan, bill, report, right? Keep up the track with everything, with all, practice management, but also in the event of, an exam or anything like that.